Hey, I wanted to share something so significant. So right now I'm in Whittier, California, visiting my family. I'm standing in front of City Reach Church. It's an amazing church. But when I was a young boy, this was another church, had another name. It was Palm View. And I used to walk past this church as a young boy, as a young man, as a teenager. We walked up and down the streets, passing this church over and over. But when I was about 5 years old, one day the church that once managed this building used to send out a church bus and just, I don't know why, but one day I just jumped on the bus and I came to church. But I believe what happened is I was looking for a dad and I found a father. It's the day that God became my father. I didn't know it, and for many, many years, I didn't have the revelation of what he was doing in my life. Until just recently in March, he brought me back to this very church, and he revealed to me that when I walked in here as a 5-year-old boy, he had been with me the entire time. Man, so for 40 years, I walked around, and a good majority of those years, I wasn't following God. But what I realized is that he was always following me. Then I was kind of embarrassed because, some of the places that I led God into when I wasn't living for him, now that I think back of where he followed me into, wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe that he walked with me into places that I wouldn't walk my own family members into, situations that I found myself in, that he was with me the whole time. And as I thought about coming back here to this church and coming back to this location where I met God for the first time when I'm 5 years old, and he brings me back here 40 years later to the very spot I met him, I thought about this. Man, I wasn't following God, but he was always following me. And he let me know that by bringing me back here in March of 2023. But what about you? How many people are you praying for? How many people feel like the situation with their son, with their marriage, with their family members is just a lost cause? Friends, let me tell you something. I don't care what your family's into. I don't care what your children are into. I don't care. If you are praying for them, don't stop, because I'm evidence that I walked God into places that I know weren't pleasing to him, but he walked with me. And the Bible says that he was with the Israelites. When the Israelites in the book of Numbers chapter 13 and 14 disobeyed him, the Bible says that God sent them back into the desert. But guess who went with them? The Father. He walked with them, and he made sure, even in their rebellion, that their clothes weren't worn out, that he was with them. And so I want you to know that you may have family members and it may look like an absolute lost cause. But what I'm here to tell you is that the Lord is walking with them. They don't know it. You don't know it. But if you're praying for them, believe me, trust him, because he is following through. I am evidence that God follows those he loves, and I'm evidence of a praying grandmama. I'm evidence of a praying grandmother. So friends, you got children, family members that are lost. The fact that I'm standing here in front of City Reach Church, the fact that I'm standing here at this very location that I met God, man, I'm telling you, if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. He'll do it for your family members. And they may walk God in some really ugly situations that you would be embarrassed about, and later on one day they may be embarrassed about. But he knows what he put inside of them. He knows the prayers that you're praying for them. And friends, let me tell you something. He is with them like he was the Israelites in the desert. So friends, I hope this encourages you. It's encouraging me just to be back here. I love you so much, and I bless you. I bless your families. And if you are like me, and you stepped out looking for a dad, believe me, you're gonna find your father. This is John from A Life Transformed, and I want you to know that this is where legacies are started. Talk to you soon. I love you.